Lucky today we have in our midst Mr. Isha Ado of Multimedia Programs Director. And good news and bad news for those who are not active. He's here to actually mark your whole composition. The way you are sitting, the way you're dressed, the way you answer, the way you question, everything, what pictures you're bringing in here today, he's here to mark all that. And based on his assessment are those who will be going to do their internship at JFM or multimedia as a whole. So it's up to you. We have laid the table before you. It's up to you to eat and eat well. Yeah. So we'll start by introducing. First of all, Mr. Shaw, please give us a wave.
Hello.
Okay. So please start. You are.
I am Rachel Lamley, 19 years of age, and a recent graduate from Holy Child School, Cape Coast. I stay at Palestine, Awushi.
And what is your interest here?
I'm here to learn how to be a great photographer. So that when I go out there, I can influence life through photography.
Thank you, influencer. Yes, my dear. Next person. Please put on your mask again.
No, you take it off if you're speaking.
Okay. I'm Aaron Ablani, a 21-year-old student of the University of Cape Coast in my final year in communication studies. I live at Osu, and my interest here is to basically learn photography and use it to be able to tell stories.
Storyteller, we thank you very much. Next, please. Is it a blue corner? You Chelsea fans, huh?
My name is Nancy Hetty Mwari. I come from the Upper West region, Fonsi. I'm 23 years of age and a student of the Ghana Institute of Journalism. Photography and journalism, you can't do without it. Photography is indispensable in journalism. So I think this is a great opportunity for me to learn and experience so that I can take great photos that don't just appear and look beautiful, but then they are able to tell stories. Thank you.
Thank you. What? Storyteller again. Hey, another blue.
Jessica Amadonko is my name. I'm 22 years of age.
Speak up. Can't hear it.
Jessica Amadonko is my name. 22 years of age from Central Regional Palm. I read music and dance at the University of Ghana. My interest here is to learn how to be a great photographer. And then I also want to change the world and then inspire others. I want when someone sees my picture, the person's life will change. Thank you.
Hey, life changer. Okay, last but not the least.
Hello, ladies. Please, I'm
There's there are gentlemen.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Janet Dedenyamo Odonko. I'm from Somina, and I school at KNUST, offering biological sciences. And I'm here to learn more about photography, be confident in doing what I like to do best, and also tell the true fact about what is going on in the world in Ghana.
Thank you, true factor. Wait. Essential, I think you heard them. Yes. So yesterday we went through the camera. We went through being able to attach our lens to our body and then detach it, fix our batteries, put it on and off, and then we gave you a basic assignment. Are my technicians ready? A basic assignment of you to produce images. We asked you to shoot in auto mode. We just want to see or to have a sense of your storytelling ability. What to you think is newsworthy, what you want to share, how you think you can use in your raw stage. You want to know how you in your raw stage think photography is powerful and can be used. So we're going to go through your photos. I hope you got the photos. That's the first part of today. We're going to go through your photos and we are all going to mark it together. Why it is a photo in quote and why it will not be a photo in quote. And then whilst we're going through that, stage, remember what I told you about photography? What is a photograph? Or what must a photojournalist photo do? Anybody? What is a good photo? Yeah?
A photo that conveys the message.
What you want to talk?
A photo that conveys the
A
message.
photo that conveys the message. You should not give me a photo that I will have to ask you. So if we're going to go through your photos, immediately I ask you, what is this photo about? Then you know. And please, there are certain technologies I want you see, you are already professionals. By stepping here, you are a photojournalist. Don't come and say that what I wanted to. You have brought it here, it's in front of me. So what I have in front of you is, do you get your English construction? Yes, because you've already brought it. So don't get up and say what I wanted to portray. You have already portrayed. So we start. I bring my technicians have photos here. We'll be going through very fast. So, and here I told you in life, just one shot makes a difference. So I may go through, depending on my mood, I may go to only 1, 2 of your photos. And if that photo is not in, that is it. I told you that when you have the opportunity, put your very best foot forward. Meaning put your best picture there. So if you brought 1,000 of photos, and we're only going to go through just 3, and the best is 1,004 or 550, you have missed out on the chance. So you don't, when asked to submit assignments, don't submit volume, submit value. Do you get me? When asked to submit assignments, don't submit volumes, submit value. It's not about numbers, it's about quality. Yes, so we have a photo on the board. Whose photo is that?
Mine.
Your photo. Madam. First of all, thank you. First of all, ma'am, this photo is not sharp. Please take off your and then get up just so that we know it's your photo. It is not a military bars. Ma'am, please, your photo is not sharp. However, what is your photo about?
Please, I'm sorry, this photo was supposed to be deleted.
Well, it is here. It is here. It was supposed to be deleted by who? Me? I'm your editor.
So,
I don't do deletion for you. Yeah?
Yes.
So that is it. Like I said to you, you don't joke. This is the first photo I saw. And if you are not pleased with this photo, what is it doing in your file? Which Uber were you supposed to take to go and delete this photo that didn't show up? Next photo, whose is it?
Mine.
And what is the story, ma'am?
It's a story about a Ghanaian man trying to keep his environment clean.
Well, this is his environment. He has to keep it clean. Why is it newsworthy?
It's newsworthy because he is also contributing to the cleanness of Ghana.
That is your opinion, right?
Yes, please.
What did we treat yesterday or the day before?
We shouldn't
Watch
use-
your tone. Tone is what? It's not about you, it's not your opinion. Do the neighborhood consider him as contributing to the cleanliness? Is that not his frontage he's sweeping? Is that your house frontage?
No.
Is that not his frontage?
Yes.
So that's his duty, isn't it? I may sound harsh because that's how the real world is. This is how editors think, to the point, and that's why I keep telling you that when you study photojournalism well and you follow it passionately and diligently, you may not be romantic anymore because you become factual. It's the fact, you love me, let's get down to it. You want to marry me, let's go. Do you understand? You don't say the stars have the moon. No, that's waste of time. This photo here, the man is sweeping his own room. How does that help you? If you don't sweep your home, who will sweep for you? Next photo, sir. Ma'am.
Please, this marketplace at Kaswa with refuse dump in the middle.
Okay, wait. This is a very sharp photo. This is a very powerful photo. Who else has another definition to this photo for me? Essential, please. Do you have a definition for this photo? No, first let me try any of my ladies. Ladies, who else has any meaning, any other meaning to this photo? Ladies, I'm helping you to be bold. That's what this program is about, not only clicking out. So speak up. If it's wrong, we'll laugh over it, and that's what life is about. Yes, ma'am, reach love and reach us.
Environmental pollution.
That's what you see. Okay?
So what I think is the contrast between the signboard and the rubbish down there, because we are in an era where the coronavirus is so going, and we are all being encouraged to keep ourselves and our surroundings clean.
Okay. Do you have any? Okay, you don't have. Let me go straight. I saw Mr. Inshra nodding, but he took a while to nod to what you said, because you did one of the things I told you not to do. Keep it short and simple. Keep it what? Short, simple, direct, forward. Nobody can question you. That is why I went into photography. I do photo because if I'm trying to explain myself, you'll be countering me here and there. If I gave you a photograph, what are you going to challenge me with? This photo, when I see it, all it says two things. You have put all together, and so the salad is too rich for us. All it says is the time when you borrow. That is what I see. It's a very powerful photo. The president is leading by example. Borrow. Was that not the president's photo?
Yes.
He's leading by example. He says, protect each other. Make sure you have the mask on. And that is the message there. Kolo, before I will now look down, and I tell you, you'll be very shocked. Very few people, if not for this class, very few people will look at that rubbish. I'm telling you. All we see is Nanado. His Excellency Nanado with the mask on. Before even the party colors, I haven't even seen the party colors. I am just seeing the mask. It represents, if this photo is shown 20 years from now, they will know when. This photo answers when. It answers that question. It answers the time. When? Essential, are we on the same page?
Yes. There's this photo just confirms the whole saying that every photo tells 1,000. But there's about 4 different stories. The first one is, so for me, I'm looking at political party figure who happens to be the president, asking people to protect each other. But the environment is not clean. So I'm looking at a contrast of campaigning in the field.
Like she said.
Right, that's one. And then 2 is that it is a photo that also gives you an insight into life on this stretch of road. There's plenty trotros, a few pedestrians, a lot of rubbish. It tells me this is an area of a lot of human activity. But the first thing that struck me when I looked at the photo is the signboard. That sign there.
You understand? Before we look down at the debt, you see, this is an award-winning photo. But this photo will do better without you talking. Yeah. Did you see that she couldn't sell it? You see, and that's the thing. You must walk the talk. You can't just. It's an aggressive world out there. You may just go to Joy for internship, but you are a threat to everybody because who knows? You could be the next who. Do you understand? And look at this photo. Very powerful photo. Beautiful frame. It stands out. And yet when you open your mouth, it didn't stand out. We are done with your squares head. Where's the next? The next, and you lack consistency. It's not sharp. Your images are not sharp. When your images are not sharp, it only shows that you are indecisive. You have to be a fast thinker, and you don't have to be greedy. You see, this is how I like to put it this way. Decide, let me do this and do that. Don't decide to chew everything at once. You want to say, I'm a black person. Did you hear what I said? That is what happens when you want to swallow everything. It's either you're not concentrating when you're shooting, and try and make, when you're giving an assignment, unless stated that tilts the camera, shoot straight. It's not yourself that you're shooting. Good. Please.
What are you trying to do with this?
Please, I was trying to take the picture of a rubbish dump overflowing and on the way to the tube.
Let's go back to the photo. I'll show you. The rubbish dump is overflowing. The immediate vicinity of the subject that's central to the photo is all dirt. A shot like this should have been white.
Exactly.
So you can tell that all came out. You're trying to tell a story of the rubbish not being looked after, so it's overflowing. But do we see the environment? Meaning in this room, if there's a small bin in the corner over there, it's not a big deal, is it? But if it's overflowing in a room like this, there's a big deal.
Yes.
But if I showed you a photo of just that, it doesn't tell the story. Again, your photo will go places you never will, and yet it must tell the story. There's a I keep forgetting the child in the water.
Yes, that photo is a very classic photo.
Yeah. Now, if you saw that photo and you knew of Google, you will go and try and understand what's going on in that photo, because you will wonder. The vulture is a short distance from a child that looks super weak, and you're thinking, did the vulture eat the child? It's clear what is happening in that photo. And so you must always remember, when you're telling a story, you don't want a story that your audience is not always going to be in front of you. Your audience
You are not always going to be there.
Exactly. So your story has to be so clear. If you watch Titanic in Liberia or watched it in Laos, the story will start and end the same way. It will trigger the same kind of emotions. So your story must be uniform. And that's the art of doing photography.
And I told them, photography is, for that matter, photojournalism, or photography in general, is the widest and most common spoken language, universal language of this world. Like I said to you, if you took Nanado's photo that you just shot to Aplau, a man in a maps, you took it to Russia, a man in the maps, you took it to Afghanistan, you say what? It doesn't change, does it? And that is the uniqueness of photography. And for you to have that image, like Mr. Shua said, imprinted on a person's mind, capture it and capture the very essence of it. Always ask yourself, what's the importance of this? It's not about you thinking because you have the camera. Because you are talking about environment, and you have cropped off the environment. There's no environment here. Is there an environment? Do you see any other thing apart from the bee? It's an island. Because there's no other structure except for the rubbish. Is there any other structure? Environment means what? A settlement, right? There's no other activity going on except the jazzing. So, do you get it? Okay, so you've had one good photo that you couldn't sell also for you. That's good. Next person. So have you learned, please? You don't have to wait till it's your photo. You learn from the first. What lesson have you learned from her album? Yes, please.
She didn't submit when she submitted by.
Very good. I saw you right, and you need to be the first thing. Yes, what is the next thing you should do?
I learned that we should always focus on
Very good. You?
I like that we should focus on
Very good. You? Okay, all of you have failed. The very first thing I was expecting you to have mentioned, it means that you all have the same thing running in your folders. Submit what you are proud of. Submit what you can put forward to represent you. Because the very first thing that happened was what? An image which she made, please. She raised her hand. Yes, ma'am. Then she said it's not supposed to be there. Then why is it there? If it's not supposed to be there, why is it there? How much would it cost you to delete it? You have presented it. And so that's it. We took it. And if this was, you're only given 3 chances. It was your 4th photo or 5th photo that made the mark, right? Means you wouldn't pass. Meanwhile, look at that great photo you have. So that's what I was expecting that you all have taken home. All what you said is just basic knowledge.
So how did you shoot this one?
Who is this? Who is this?
Oh, we're not on, this is you. Okay, sorry, I thought it was your photos.
Yeah? This
What's
your?
your name again? Janet. Yeah.
Yes. I told you this mistake would run through everybody's album. That is why you couldn't pick it out.
How did I shoot?
Yeah.
I placed a Bluetooth at the back and then the phone on the third. I wanted to tell
You
her
place a what?
a Bluetooth for music.
So
What does that aid in
I
the
see
photo?
a teddy bear. Where you said there's a Bluetooth. I see a teddy bear.
The black thing.
Okay, so see that black thing, I don't know what it is. I see a teddy bear and I see a phone. I see monochrome, yet your phone is color. What did
Break
you
it down.
intend
You
to-
saw black and you see
Black and white.
white.
Monochrome means that there's only one color.
Yes.
It's black.
It's dark.
It's black and
Mono
white.
one. So you saw it. Okay, grayscale. Okay.
But
Yes.
you have color there.
Yes.
So I thought of border.
You thought of what?
Border.
No. How did you attain this photo? We are not asking for your thoughts. How did you attain this photo? How come the phone is still colored while the background lacks color? That's how it came out. That's how it came. It is dark.
The place was there.
So it's only there.
So I guess then the phone on to do it.
So you didn't do any other thing, you didn't add any application. So this is a classic lucky shot, right? However, it wasn't part of your assignment.
And you don't
You
even
are
know
saying-
what you've done.
Yes. Right? And then, but then it's on your official stick. Official SIM that you've been asked to submit your work on. How do we take that? Do we take that you don't take as serious?
You were asked to take shots of nice things. I just prepared it and took a shot of
So is it, I understand that this is all you've run through the thing and you're telling me it's not part. Or these are the ones that are part.
it. I did my assignment on food.
So wait, I'm taking only 3 photos. Is this also bad? Why is he here? It's a good composition. It is. The 2 are good. You see, you sold yourself by telling us you are on the floor being questioned because you say it's not part. So it means that you're even unsure. And if I were you, since somebody did that already, I won't use my mouth to repeat that. And it's a good photo anyway. But you see, you're not even sure of yourself because all of a sudden you feel it's not a serious photo. Or because all of a sudden you know what, you're just even shooting away. So what's the meaning of this photo then?
Border.
Hold on. Please justify it for us.
When one is alone, the person tries to listen to music or use the phone. And when the person has a teddy bear, please
You see, per your selling, this photo will fail. Because if you are not there to, where is the music showing this photo? Please, do you all see music in a photo? No. You don't have to come and mention elements to us before we know that those things were there. However, we like the composition. This is a very beautiful photo for art, but we tell you, know what you're doing, okay? And be confident in yourself, because that's what you have. And then you say your thing was on food. What else that was? What is it about this watching on a towel that you want us to know?
In this COVID-19 system, you have to eat the food. And then it's not right to eat in rubber, plastic. So I decided to use the leaves on the sheet as
The scientists have told you it's healthier to eat leaves. The scientists told you that. You see? This photo is a very good photo.
If the watching
Was in the
seller asked you to do photos for them, and you presented these as your photos to help them sell their watching, do you expect to be paid? Do you think they'll accept it? Now let me ask the rest of the class. If we're going to go and buy watching on Instagram, we're going to buy online. This is how the watching vendor has displayed their watching. Would you choose this one?
Which lamp? Will you richly buy it? Why? Yeah?
Because number one, the food is on the floor. And the floor is contaminated because people walk on it. Food shouldn't be on the floor, especially if you want to sell it. It should be on a table.
Hold it. You see that? Me, I know that food is not on the floor. It's on what you call a counter. In a sink. A sink counter. Or you put it on the floor.
no, it's on a plate.
No.
Where is
What
the plate?
is a tile?
Towel.
It's
It's a floor.
You put the floor.
I even thought it was a sink.
I thought it
So
was a
the
word.
plate-
It's a web top is the name. I thought it was a web top.
So the plate, the leaf has covered the plate. The plate.
No,
now
you
we
can
see
see
the
the
plate.
plate.
Oh, we've seen the plate. But we,
It is a tile
Mr. Ishra and I
surface.
thought that was a web top. But she is telling us that it's on the floor.
On the floor.
Meanwhile, I'm not sure that she came and told you. Did she tell you that was on the floor? But you just know it to your eye. And the picture, maybe it's showing sharp here, but it's not sharp. So I don't know how you cannot get a sharp image of only watching in a plate. Or is it because it's on the floor? You see, and that is it. You couldn't stay steady and shoot it because of the angle you place your watching. I keep telling you to keep it simple. Simple, straightforward, that you can hit the mark. You place the watching at an angle that you couldn't bend to capture. You were tired, so you were shaking when you do this. The angle is not good for you. So the photo is not sharp. No. Were you comfortable in shooting the watch on the floor? It shows in the photo. Can you all see? It's not sharp. You see, then you move back again, and rather the edge, the leaves now got the focus. But the watch itself there wasn't in focus. What is this? What is watermelon that?
So the COVID-19 protocol, one says that we should eat fruits in it. So I took these fruits.
That has something in your heart. But you know, if you're following the principles, see, you almost got a silhouette. Did you notice it? Your positioning. There's so much light behind the fruits, it's almost dark. Or you don't see it. Anyway, so have you marked yourself already? And as for this one here, you see, I don't understand how a steady shoot should be blurred. Unless, of course, these watermelons were proving stubborn and running away when you're shooting them. I don't understand how you can't get sharp watermelons that are running. Okay, maybe this one you want to do some microphotography. You saw watermelon. It wasn't an impressive album. From talking to you, I started something more. What have you learned from your own? Your powerful photos, you said they are not passed, so that's what I'm telling you, the album is not. You didn't pass. You said those photos are not for us. right?
Yesterday we did
Mm-mm.
assignment.
You said to us here that those earlier photos are not part. Your assignment is on food, right? So your whole food assignment, there was no mood and storytelling, compelling photo in it. When you say those ones are not parts, Madam, defend yourself. What's the next album? So who is next? 3 more to go. What did you learn from her album? Yes, which one?
Mind the angle you are in before taking a photo.
Mind the angle you're in before taking the photo. You?
I learned that from there, like, you should consider where we are taking the photos, for instance, the floor. We wouldn't give us the best control.
So where are your photos? How come? Or did you copy them? Okay. So where are the photos? Is this yours? Is this the album you are bringing? Where does it start from? Does it start from here? So this one is not part.
This was yesterday.
You see, I asked, you have already filled an assignment. And what is happening? As you've all filled an assignment you gave yesterday, format your cards. You see, I know that you didn't do the assignment I told you. I told you technology will expose you. It's about this what the system will do.
The fundamentals.
The fundamentals has exposed you. I gave you an assignment of formatting your cards yesterday. This is how I know that you did not format your card. Had you formatted your card, this is a shot from the lesson of yesterday. Had you formatted your card when I asked you to, there's no way you should come up with this thing. And I did not also ask anybody to use their camera then. Whilst teaching, you were thinking away. Here's an image. Did I ask you yesterday to shoot in the class? This is not what when I asked you to take a shot. So so then you still didn't format the card. Is it part of your collection? Is this part of your collection? And here it is here. You see, essentially, I told you that they all did see the first person's mistake because they've all committed the same mistake.
Yeah.
See, when you do something, you're dedicated to something, like you can easily spot a fault. Is this one also part? What's the story?
About the organizers working at the site.
About the organizers working on the side of the road. Please, what is the side of the road?
Sorry. Not the main road, per se, but that road is meant it's a pathway to it's a pathway to, let's say, house. Sorry, it's a pathway where like cars are not supposed to park there, especially to the work.
I don't see any no parking. But I see you don't like that thing the way you tell the place. This is a personal opinion. See? Because you see, looking at this photo, the road is far. The official road is far off. But this woman in front of us does not like how these people have turned the view. So she's, when I saw it, I knew it was a personal photo. And if you're talking about the organizers, the white car has taken a chunk of your image, of your framing. You see? So the white car is too much. Maybe you want to show that there's more than 2 cars there. But the white car is too much in your shot. But your statement is further weakened by the fact that that is not a road. That is even too big to be an alley where you say they've chopped into your alley. That is even beyond a footpath. You see, we can see a tarred road, and we can see that the poor man is off the tarred road. So you have a personal thing for this man. Do you understand? Yes, and I will tell, and am I wrong? You don't like what they are doing there. But really, that is not the road. We can see the road undisturbed. So it defeats your story. We can see, meanwhile, it's a sharp picture, but it doesn't go, it's not a strong story. Why would an editor publish this? Because you don't like the way some people have done something. It's not about you. We learned this. You are a reporter. It's not about you. You are to report what is happening to the people or with the people. Do you understand? You do not use your platform to send personal opinions. Unless, of course, your personal opinion, like, really has gone to an extent that it has endangered the environment. I don't see any danger here, because that is not a tarred road where they've chopped into. We can see a clear tarred road. If you are told that this is leading to some village, and so there was no tarred road, you can see no tarred road there, fine. And since your main subject is organizer, which I don't think should be, I think the organizer is just by accident. It's a place where they will fix cars. The organizing going on there is just it's just one off. This is what I talk about, facts checking. Because I don't even need to check too much facts. I can see body was there. So I think it's a spraying shot. It just happens. You see, even the bus here shows that it's a spray, it's a bodywork shop. So he just happens to be fixing the tie of the car. So where's your story? See? Don't be sensational. Be factual. I don't know what the men do, but I don't like it. Now what does this story say? This is not part. Again, you this woman. Okay. Is this not part?
That picture
Yeah.
tells the story.
Okay.
Yeah.
Writing without.
Oh, this one.
Going to the one who gave what? A risky motor rider. So this powerful photo, we thank God, is not part of your collection. That should have taught the class. So we thank everybody, thank God. Should have led you, but it's not part, so we are not marking it. Yes, we are not marking it. We didn't exceed number of photos for you. So you see, so that means there was no photo that you presented that would like. None passed. The other one that would have passed, the very powerful photo, is not part of your outfit.
And some of you, if you make mistakes, you cannot find your communication students.
Exactly. What are you communicating? This is a road, what do you call it, National Road Safety photo. This is a campaign right here. You were strong enough to say, please, this is not part. But organizer is part. Men about to go and die. Men endangering other men's life. You see, you have
the vehicle number plate is visible. The cycle has no number plate.
You see that? So
They
look at
don't have the helmets on. Not only are they breaking the law, but they're also putting themselves at risk.
Breaking the law on 2 counts.
Yeah.
No number plate, no helmets. Look at even their shoes. Their footwear.
Very powerful.
Very powerful, but you thank God it's not part. So she won't make them up.
You see, because it also speaks to what you were telling them earlier. That when you take the camera, you must decide what it is you want to do. And when you don't decide, you be like the man who sold a big rock to someone. In fact, gave the rock away. And then it was later valued tens of millions of dollars because it was a rare big diamond. That's what you just done.
This is the biggest diamond. This photo and Jane's photo. Yes. This is, and you know why your photo is so powerful? There's no face showing.
Yeah.
This is a very beautiful future photo. But we thank God. It's not what.
It's not part of it.
So,
But how I said we should delete it.
yes, we don't delete it. You see, you're not decisive. You should, you see, when you take your camera, know that you're responsible for your actions. Your actions is your focus, what you thought, and you capture, and be proud of it. If you're not proud of something, don't take it to anybody. If you took it to anybody, first of all, you don't take yourself seriously, you don't respect the person you said it to. Do you understand? If I, in my editorial capacity, and you come and stand in front of me, my official stake, and you tell me, please, these ones are not part, I stand in it. For a communicator, for them, a trained communicator of your sort, you should not be part in this room at all. So please, you are feeling nice. Please, are we learning?
Yeah.
Yes? We are not here to see beautiful photos. We'll come to that stage. Beautiful photos comes with time. If you get a beautiful photo now, it's like a shot. And you went there, God said, okay, go and be happy. We want meaningful photos. You can have a very, that photo, you can put that photo down, somebody will put a photo of some pretty woman. Before this, they've cleaned her face, all the. But if you want to do a story, we would rather quickly go. Because we are in December, the accident month. We are in a political season, the accident season. It's a powerful photo, but it's not part of your image. What's the next? So this is all part of learning. This is how we take photos. This is how your editors think. So it's not about beautiful photo. It's not about I feel. Who is this?
Oh.
Who is this? Who is this?
Rich love.
Rich love. Okay, what is going on here? You should see it on the screen. It's Richard here. What is going on here? But you see, the power of this also is that until we are there and they shoot. So now, so this, they being able to justify this shows
How involved they were.
So tell me, what is this about? Nature. Aren't you nature yourself? What about this is nature, huh?
The arrangements of the petals, the branch, the stalk, yes, the stalk, the leaf.
So what does nature do? What about nature you want to communicate? Tell us. Arrangement.
That nature is beautiful.
Nature is beautiful. Nature is beautiful. Essential, they presented you for a beautiful nature.
That's it. What's the name of the flower?
Yes, what's the name of the flower?
She wants to
Don't
know.
laugh. Seriously. That's almost escape. Thank God you are here. Yes, what's the nature of the flower? A journalist went onto the field, was asked to bring a story. She brings a photo. She said, oh please, it's just nice, I don't know. Really. Company vehicle, company camera, and you come back and you don't know. And you studied facts checking. You studied facts checking, multiple sources before you present your work. You talk to people before you present your work. In this day and age of Google, you bring me a flower, and you can't tell me that the flower that I gave you camera and pen drive and transportation to go and take, and I'll give you transportation again to go back, you bring me photo and you don't know the name of the flower. How am I going to, okay, so caption this for us. How do we put it in the graph? No. How do we put it on my journal online? What do we write there? This is the flower taken by the journalist who doesn't know the name. Unknown flower. This journalist went onto the field. It's a lucky shot there. She didn't even know what she was about. She just went and was clicking. Oh, I've got a camera. Oh, they say I should pay food. That's all you need. Yes. How can you take basic flower? Is that telling me you don't understand any of your name?
you're all in school, right? Or, and at the end of every year, people pick up prizes. Person who ends up being the valedictorian oftentimes is the first class student, right? But they're not the only first class student. So why is it that they are the ones who get?
Who stand out? Who stand tall?
Because the extra.
So you see? So I would believe it. I would really believe it that you took this shot yourself. Because you know why? And I'll believe that you were just lucky. Because you know why? Taking so much of it. It's the same flour. And then here in the same environment, it was some professional who took it for you. Unless of course they're trying to blame, but then they made your case worse. What's this? The sky. The sky. Do you know that? What did you study in original?
General science.
General science. General science.
Science.
That's your electives. You did science.
No, my elective was biology, chemistry, physics.
So
That's nice.
you know about, at least you've read about color somewhere in your readings, or you know about attraction. As big as the sky is, what stands more out? The greens there. Meanwhile, the picture is about the sky. It's about the sky. So do you need to tell me this big sky, you couldn't get a place to take only the sky? You had to squeeze, you had to fight to get a photo of the sky. You understand? So, so what is it? You're just clicking away. So, you almost passed. You know, when you are told you almost passed, a very bad statement. It means you failed. When you are told you almost failed, it means you passed. You understand that? So you almost passed. In that, you had your opening photo was to the point. Only you didn't know what your opening photo was. So how are we supposed to? You didn't deem it important enough to know what your opening photo, your opening image is. Not photo, your opening image. You don't know what it was. Is it? Yes. Very beautiful framing. Good lighting. But you don't know what it is. You just, when you saw something, let me take it to her. Now you take it to her. And then he has joined us. He's here to mark you and to see who he should take for the internship. Do you think he will take you so that he will send you to an assignment? You go and write a man and somebody at a press conference who says, I will not take this in Ghana. I will take Ghana on. Such strong statements. They come, you bring it, record it, you bring it, you take a photo of him in action talking and all that, then they ask. So he was just talking at the place, I didn't get his name. You think he will take it? For you to bring him meaningless subjects? So you mark yourself as single. How would you mark yourself? Be sincere. Technician, next. Sincere, how would you mark yourself?
What did you say?
She will mark herself 6. I said you almost passed. I said you failed. You have given yourself 6. Means you got half. Half for being lucky to get that shot. No, but seriously, it's very sad. How do you take a photo you don't know what it is? It means you didn't respect the exercise. You see, this is an environment we're trying to, as much as it's a crash course, we want to make it lively enough for you to, come out of your shell and study something. Yeah? Please, which one is it? This is yours? Where is it? This is yours? This is your opening photo. Is it on your file? Is this photo on your file?
Yes,
So why you take? No. This is an official card. We gave you this card for an assignment. My technician doesn't work for you. My TA is not your TA. It's not your assistant. You submitted an official card. And then he said, no, not that one. Go here, go there. No, ma. This was on your card. Is it part? So, Mr. Shah, am I right or am I right? I told you they all committed the same thing. That is why they didn't see.
But it says something. It says something that doesn't make me. It's not impressive. You're not passionate. You're not. If you were.
That's one you ask them to submit their assignments to the email. So I think that might be the reason why they didn't delete the unwanted photos.
What are you going to do with the unwanted photos? It means you don't spend time. You're not obsessed by making great photos. If you are obsessed about making great photos, if you go through your shots, you will delete the ones you know you don't like.
And it reminds you of failure. It reminds you of being incapable of doing something. You understand? Especially when you know it's exposed to somebody to see. You understand? That's why when people ask me, they give me a job and then they say, oh, you give me both edited and unedited. My work is my work. Any work that goes out there. So in recent times when you say it, I don't mind. I want you to do it. Yes. So do you understand? Yes. So Mr. Shira is here to select you. You shouldn't see what you don't want to do. So this is not bad. And then you know what? Be confident. Be focused. Take a stand and be bold with it. You can still. Why are you still doing something? It's part.
Yes. I took a picture of the sky because blue signifies peace. So I'll caption this as election peace, just like the blue skies.
What do you study?
Humanities.
You have a future in spin work. You can be a spin doctor for a political party one day.
Yes.
You think on your feet. That's not what we're trying to do.
That yes, you did try to say
Thanks for
anything
feeding us
is-
ideas.
Yes.
Let's move to the one that you really did. It's a nice spin. This is
It shows that you can think on your feet.
Yeah.
But
Which is
really,
fine.
when you took this photo, was that what you had? Girls. Tell me.
Wait. You took a photo of the sky.
Side.
Let's go back. Let's go back.
How did the sky that?
You took a photo of the sky. There's a shot before the shot.
Same.
Yes, this one.
You wanted to take a photo of the sky. The sky.
Yeah.
A sky that is infinite. And you still manage to have other things
Yes.
creeping into your shot. Really? The sky.
Yeah.
Or yesterday the sky was in short supply.
Do you understand what he's asking? So that's why that photo can be a picture of the sky. And he expects you to agree that it was because somebody else did the same thing with a photo. That her last photo was the same mistake. Hmm? This was this. Is it part?
Yes. This is a photo of a man at work, and I'll caption this as no food for the lazy man. I think it's important because it's a way of encouraging people to work hard in order to get income to support themselves.
Are you done?
Yes.
And what is the man doing?
He's working.
Please.
All the way.
As soon as she asked that question, just apologize to the class and say, if you can take photo of a man by a machinery and you still be asked, what is the man doing? It's another way of asking, what are you doing? Do you understand? What is all that space in the sky doing?
Yeah.
And what the man is doing has been ignored. Do you notice? Do you notice? These are the things, you see, that's why I'm telling you that don't get carried away.
Did you restrict them to shoot in landscape?
Nope. I gave them, the order is go and bring that story?
Nobody.
Because we
I haven't
hear-
seen a single portrait shot. Everything has been landscape. Or you don't know you can turn the camera.
Or you don't know you can get the camera.
You know it. You do it on your phone, right? How come you didn't do it together? What were you trying, when you picked up, when you saw this man and wanted to take a photo of him, what did you want to do?
I just wanted to. The reason why I took this photo is in a way to encourage people to work hard when they get to their workplaces. So that's why I captioned no food for the lazy man.
See,
Like you said.
You failed from before you hit the shutter button. You know what? You decided what you wanted to tell. You only do photojournalism that way.
And I've been saying it from her. What did I say? It's not about you.
If you have been commissioned to do a series of photos and you have a brief and you're shooting with intent, photojournalism is doing journalism with photography. You're telling stories as they're happening. So you haven't told a story yet. What you've done is frame something we can use for a calendar.
What she's done is almost frame because there's nothing in the frame actually.
Yeah.
You understand? You didn't complete the act. Madame had to ask what is happening. It means that she can't see. You see, she can't see. If the mortar pouring, the texture of it pouring, is beautiful. It's powerful. When it's the way it's pouring, what is pouring down to. And do you know what would have happened if he had shot to that extent? We would have seen his dirty feet.
Yeah.
We would have seen his feet dirty or soaked with cement. That is hustling. That is what tells your story now. Now the man looks so neat. And I can tell that he knew you were going to take the photo. You asked him to pose because he's posed.
Yeah.
It's actually not working.
No, it's not working. He
That
just got the
point is
machine
not- Yeah.
for you. You see, and I told you this. I've been telling you. Experts, when you dedicate yourself to things, we can tell. I told you, journalism is about facts. And when you're doing this thing, think of the most intelligent person and the most simplest person. Those are your market targets. If the most simplest person who has shot this photo was, hey, the person go, hey, which machine car is that? He came to think of machine. Then we the electrons, we the know it all will now be marking angle and no. He just likes the way they cement they pour, challenge, then the machine is powerful. Do you understand? You would have sold machine. Or you, hey, who is that steady operator? When the man is operating, well, this man is operating. He staged it for you. Isn't it true? Tells me your photo. You didn't have any other lucky shots. You didn't because you see. This man who was enjoying the photo moment, look at him. Okay, so are we done? Are we done? Yes. So we only got 2 photos, huh? Only 2. Because as for you, you also don't know their name, so we can't use a nameless image. This is my second group that I like your spirit. I wanted to see your sense of composition. I wanted to know, get a vibe of all of you. I don't know. One thing, I did get one thing. You are all very emotional people. You all want to settle scores with the profession you have come to study. That's what it shows. You are talking about environment, right? I think they shouldn't pour. There was you in that element. You shot me. What's your phrase? Food. And you said, watch it is the healthiest movement. You think that's your thought. That's your thought. It's all I. Yes. Who gave you that scientific fact? You are a journalist. what you put out there should be considered. Do you know that there are people who live their life by what they read or hear on radio or watch on TV? Do you know there are people who live like that? So, by what you have put there, if it's harmful, then you have miscommunicated to the general public. And then what you are sitting on the floor. And then, why the floor? All the tables in your home. And you couldn't even go down to shoot it. You were shaking. So, watch it was not sharp. Watch it that the wheelie was not running anywhere. There's no wheelie in the water. That's what annoyed me. There's no wheelie in the water. Watch it, you couldn't get fast. Watermelon now. Oh, I see the same one who did watermelon. Watermelon now. The only sharp watermelon, the light was behind. We are not here, it was news. You are here, you are supposed to shoot storytelling things. You're not here for finance. When I give you finance assignment, that is different. Please, do you understand? And then you took a man and decided that he is your ideal hustler. People should live like him. We should all be creating water. And then you chop off where to show that the man is a hustler. And do you know, hustling or physical work doesn't justify that you are the greatest. You chose it. You chose to come here. Somebody else has chosen to go and fix meals. Somebody else has chosen to go to the moon. Is that person more serious than you? Is that person more of a hustler than you? No. You see, you were given the camera and you were selected amongst many young women. And then the idea that the organizers convey to you is that they want you to make an impact in your society. So write off all your stories must be stories that contribute, that make impact in the environment. It's not about you. So I thought, so looking at the thing, I said there should be no I. I was expecting to see human related stories. I was expecting people to have come out with pictures of people at places. I saw this same photo of a sky that you couldn't even complete the whole sky. How much do you have to pay to get the whole sky? Do you understand? How are you given an opportunity and do it? Anyway, it's time for your break. Go and think about it and decide small. I'm not too impressed. Let's see how it goes. It's a steady process.
Failure is probably one of the best things that will ever happen.
Exactly.
Because nobody became world champion overnight.
Because I'm sure that if you all had excellent photos, by now when I'm talking about it, I don't want to like listen, I got it already. Let's just get out of this room. Now you're all attentive because you all got shishi. So you're all very attentive. But it doesn't also mean that I'll be happy. No, I feel bad. I'm still trying to think. Didn't I explain enough that your stories, you shouldn't come here and be asked what is in the photo? Maybe the only thing is name. Her photo answered everything. We saw nature, then we asked, what's the name of the flower? You went, collected transport, took photo, asked your father to bring you, you have done assignments. Your father brought you, your father brought you again. Your father brought you with a nameless flowers. How do you think your father would feel? That he drove you to a workshop. Meanwhile, I taught you research, fast checking. Sad. But like Ms. Abdo said, I can see you're all humble. But our job here is not to crush you, but it's to let you. So you should also see that photojournalism is not about clicking. There's so much mental work to it. And some of you are even undecisive about what you want to say. The only good thing that came out of your presentation was you now know that she can think on her feet and come up with a line. That skyline, peace, But do you know how I would floor you? I only kept quiet because Mr. Insha was coming. The sky looking peaceful. What have we as humans done to it? No human brought that peaceful sky. So how does it? So peaceful sky for God, for the people. How did you impact it last night? So really, if I was marking that statement, it's wrong. Do you understand? So you should always know that you are not the most intelligent. First, you are there, there's somebody ahead of you. That means there's somebody ahead of you. So please, go and take a break. Be right back.